anyway, talking about this snow reminded me suddenly of a memory I had of hunting with Jacob Bristol. I don't know what year it was, it doesn't matter. Jacob and Kara's friend of ours from Vicksburg. And it's funny, the first real, I guess, I don't know. Me and your mama had been dating a little bit for a little while. And Jacob came to her apartment for the LSU football game. Him and his wife and his wife's parents came to the LSU football game. Well, anyway, they had a little party at Mama's apartment. Anyway, so that's how Jacob and I met. Found out we both love duck hunting and, you know, being outside and stuff like that. And so we hit it right off. And we had dogs. Gabe at the time, I had Gabe, and he had another dog, I can't remember the name. But anyway, we got talking about that and stuff. So, like I said, we kind of hit it off. Well, things rolling along. Fast forward, we got to hunting a bunch. Well, he was in a lease right outside of Vicksburg that you couldn't hunt with a gun there, so you had to, it was archery only. It didn't matter if gun season was open or not, you had to hunt with a gun. And so he went, and we was going, you know, we hunted a few times, whatever. There was some nice deer on that place, really nice deer. I saw some very nice deer, probably some of the best deer I've seen in my career up till this point. But anyway, there was a storm coming in, and we had already hunted one morning. It was kind of cold, but they was forecasting snow, and Jacob always wanted to hunt in the snow. Well, we don't get it down here much, you know, mountain anything, and so he always wanted to hunt in the snow. Well, we drove up to the spot and it hadn't started snowing yet, but he knew that it was going to start snowing at any minute. And I was, of course, dragging around as I normally do, trying to get all my stuff on. And he's like, hurry up, hurry up. Of course, this Jacob always is in, you know, he always does that to me. Are you ready yet? So anyway, he was busting my chop trying to get out there to hunt, just so he could say he hunted in the snow. I think I got out in the stand and downloaded a Transformer game on my BlackBerry and sat out there and got wet, and he did too, and we all got wet and cold. Come back to the house. I think he may have seen a few deer, but maybe does or something, but there was no killing that day for sure. All we did was get wet and cold. So, but it is fun hunting in weather changes, and so never can tell. But anyway, that was a memory I had of snowing and hunting, and I have hunted in snow since then. I remember another time. Well, I remember two times. One was we were duck hunting over on Tin Tom in my boat, me and another friend of mine named Bill Monroe, and we were in that blind in my boat and had that blind up, and it was so pretty. It's probably, I mean, not the prettiest duck I've ever been on, but just to be in that snow and in that boat, you know, it was pretty cool. Something you don't get to do every day, that's for sure. And then another time, this is probably beautiful, is I was hunting and getting witching hour, and this was Martin Luther King Day, and I cannot remember what year it was, several years ago. and it had snowed, and there was snow on the ground. And I think it wasn't like covered, because I think it was covered at one point, and then it cleared up, but it was still plenty of snow on the ground. And I was sitting there, and all of a sudden I heard it, and this doe busts out to my right, and this huge buck is right behind her, and he runs. I mean, he's running her. You know, I didn't have a shot or nothing, and he runs out there at about probably about 170, 180 yards, and stops. And where does he stop? Not in a clear shooting lane, no, because I was watching a pretty open area. He stopped right by, or right in behind a limb that ran straight out and covered his vitals. I had no shot, no neck shot, no behind the shoulder shot, nothing. I didn't have anything. And he just standing there. But that has always been one of the coolest deer hunts I've been on, because of the fact that he was chasing that doe late season like that, and seeing him in that snow, it was absolutely beautiful. And that's just some memories I have of hunting in the snow.